All right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Velocity Bank Network. Excuse me. This is our Friday, 1/16/2026, 11 a.m. training and update call. Um, again, I'm going to go over a few things, whether you're watching it on the replay or whether you are here live. So just a quick reminder on the Discord platform, which is where everything happens for us. Lots of things are being added, lots of things are being taken out. The new bots are being created based around the new messaging. So everything is happening at the same time that we are fully engaged with what we're doing. But just a reminder, every day, take a look under the official announcements, just to see what's going on as different things change. Like today, there's a huge announcement about the legacy program. For those of you guys in the 10 by 10, if you look in the chat, they started their Monday and Friday presentations, and on Fridays at 1 o'clock Eastern time, that's where they do the pay it forward. Let me read through this real quick so that I know what I'm talking about here. Where is it? They do a pay it forward to put you into one of their blocks. I believe today's is for the Loom, so X Loom. So if you haven't been in it yet, and you want to be in it, and you don't want to have to pay for it, just go to the form, legacylifestyle.ai, or I'm pretty sure you can get to it from your back office as well. Click on it and get your entry in there, so that you can get your one of your blocks going for you, and have them start building the 10 by 10s for you. But yeah, all that information is always going to be here. What's going on with Bankus, what's going on with the legacy lifestyle right now. And then, of course, we got the general chat where you guys are going back and forth. Once we're fully implemented, which I expect based on what's happened over the last 24 hours, with myself and the guys helping me get the proper prompts in the AI. That will happen next week. That we will be fully engaged in that, and then at that point, we'll go back asking for people that want to be volunteers, and help with answering questions in the chat and helping us move the community forward, as everybody will know the same messaging going forward, which I think is important. So, um, again, if you're looking for the form to pay, it's under deposits. You just go here, you click on it, and it brings it up. Now, in when our portal gets reopened back up with the proper information for the bridge, right now, which most of you guys should see that you're back on your starter page. When the logic is 100% right, that will get reopened up. And from there, if somebody misses paying on the front end, there's a deposit button that's there as well, or they can hit it there. They can hit it here. All the different places where people can get that deposit in, because the importance of that deposit prior to the closeout at 8:59 a.m. is the difference between getting paid on that next day and not getting paid on that next day. So it's important that that's in the right places, for everybody to be able to find that, on that side. So, um, again, tickets. We got a new ticket process that's going to go into place. Lots of tickets were sitting there where people don't answer back. And again, I think it's part of it is people don't come back after they've been in for multiple reasons. They don't like how slow things have been moving in getting everything where it needs to be. So, um, That's fine. Like I said earlier in the week, what we have is that good that losing people right now, new people will replace them, and everything will work as it should because it's like printing money with what we're doing here, or printing USDT rewards on a daily basis with the insurance protection in place because of the fact that we have a feeder program that already has thousands of people in it, even after the purge that has been going on over the last 48, 72 hours. So when you go and log in to the to your portal, there will be a change in your slot number coming up sometime early next week. When we release the public site on Monday or Tuesday, you will have the actual slot number. So nobody will go backwards. Everybody will be bumped up. And in some cases, you're bumped up more than other cases, but all the ones that we've purged out were which at the beginning when I was talking earlier in the week, I thought it was going to be a smaller number. It ended up being a much bigger number just because we also have the group of people that want to maneuverize their priority positions to move into the bridge right away. And again, if you're not familiar with how that works, it's quite simple. Again, using this bridge deposit submission form, let's say you bought a 10 Express 10 pack, paid 600, you put the 400 into it. We compress out those 10 priority slots, basically meaning that because we're compressing everything up, and this is only one time we can do this. We take that 600, we put that toward that $1,000 that you need to deposit in order to get your bridge started. So, for those of you that still have some Express, whether you bought the Express or whether you converted your 15 and you converted those into right away, your 15 credits right away, and you want to take that, pay the difference. Again, all that matters is for the bridge to work the way that we have it designed based on two people, two positions every day, and the person who's at the top of the grid is in somebody else's grid, right? So it's based on those two people every day. So as long as we can take the funds that are there, turn it into the $1,000 that's needed, so that that person that you have to send that thousand to um, has that thousand, so that they can either get paid their reward or they can cover their re-entry for the next day. So again, just recap that one more time. If you have priority slots that were in that window of you bought the 15 credits, right? Or you bought the founder where you were a founder and you went and right away said, "Hey, I want to get closer slots," and you bought the 15 right away because you didn't want to wait in line. You would have put up $900. So you would need to add $100. You'd fill this form out, explain exactly in the form where the box is what you're doing. We go in, we check it, we maneuverize the funds from the priority. Right now, it's still called priority on our labels. We maneuverize those funds to put you in the bridge at a much faster pace, right? Um, no downside for you because remember what priority now is, that's the feeder program, right? You earn the velocity gets you to $1,000, right? When it gets to $1,000, it automatically puts you in the velocity line to help out with basically the person that does not have two on that next day, which subsequently now puts you in a position where whether you invite two people right away or whether you wait and let the velocity line coming from the feeder program bring two underneath you over whatever, whether it's 2 days or 5 days, whatever it takes. But now you've gone from taking where you're might have taken a month and a half to 2 months to 3 months. Some people have been here that whole time, and you still haven't received your first, which would have been 1,300. That was divided up a little differently. We've now sped that process up because we were able to do that because of being able to start the bridge. So if you fall in that window and you want to do that, that's what you need to do. Fill the form out. We will, if we have questions, we will get back to you if we have any questions. Otherwise, you will see that those priority slots have been removed, and you'll now move to the bridge faster. So ideally, we want everybody to be happy. And how does everybody get happy? Everybody gets happy by being able to get in the bridge faster versus slower. So by doing this extra step with people that at priority that have lots of priority slots that want to convert them, right? What that does, that moves them into the bridge faster, which means there's more $1,000 being available because of the business rules of the bridge to move people that are in the priority that don't have multiple spots or slots, or they're way up in the 2, 3,000 range, right? So the ones we pull now and move in, all that does is benefit more $1,000. That velocity is happening faster for the whole community, not just you at large. No downside for anybody that does that. All upside because it speeds up the process to when you start making those rewards on a daily basis, right? Now, for the people that were founders and were, doesn't matter which part of the founder you're in, and you said, hey, I'm going to take $300. I'm going to take that $300. I'm going to put it into the uh, the quantum, right? And you were waiting for that $700 to be available to take that quantum slot and make that quantum slot active based on where the location is that it currently shows when you're in your back office, right? So none of those have been activated at this point because there hasn't been $700 to put toward the 300 that was needed, right? So we also said to those people that want to take the 300, add the 700, move out of there and move over to the bridge immediately. You can do that. That doesn't hurt anybody on either side. Now, for those of you that did take that $300, what you're now waiting for is the $700 to come, right? So where does that $700 come from? It comes from every first reward that happens goes into the velocity line to basically start working you guys in to cover your 700 that you need in the same exact order that you're in. Those will happen each day. Boom, 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 till we go through all of them. Once we go through all of them, then we move over to the priority that you guys know it by, which is now called the velocity bridge. And then that's when those, so if you were at slot, I think we're at 297 or 298, wherever we're at. If you're in slot 299, you would be the first one that would, once there's a full $1,000 available, that will that will cover your entry in. Okay. The last piece is the reentries. Okay. All you got to do is look in your quantum. Nothing's changed. You're there. All the people that hadn't got paid, right? We took all them, we put them all into one giant, throw them all in at one time. Some of you guys are in already. Some of you guys have not been in yet. But everybody will be in once the AI is fixed from that group. Once we've caught up with the $1,000 that were needed to be in there, then what happens is this. So picture how it currently works, right? I explained this yesterday and probably the day before, but I'll do it one more time. So right now, when your quantum slot would hit, it triggered $2,000, right? Because it's two people, two, but it was if you were at 200, it would be slot 400, 399 and slot 400 to trigger that $2,000 payment. 1,000 would have put you back in. The other 1,000, right, went to you. So now what happens a little different is we fake put that 1,000 back in. We only take the 1,000 over to put you in the bridge. So the velocity is still happening, but it's happening at half the dollar amount because there's not real slots coming up behind it. And then that's how all the reentries get in the exact order that you're in right now. As soon as $1,000 hits for that day, you get your bridge entry. And next week we will come up with a process for the people that want to do the I guess transfer. Let's call it a transfer. You collect the money from the person and give them the slot. However it is that you are doing it, we'll have a process in place for you guys. Kind of like what we did this week was very manual for all the people that had wanted to flip because they had multiple. Now you can have as many grids as you want. The more grids you have, the more cycles that happen. So there is no limit to the amount of grids, but you can never start a grid. A grid has to come from you being invited by somebody else's grid, right? You cannot invite yourself into a grid, nor can you put two of you can't put let's say you have three you want to take three positions. There's people, a lot of people have three positions, and you want to have all three in the same place. You cannot do that because that doesn't stimulate the velocity. What it does, it actually slows everything down. So when you get invited into a grid, you can then invite another person into the grid on the right side and on the left side, or position one or position two. But it can't be the same person twice. So you can never invite yourself, nor can you have two of the same people in your position one and two. Always has to be a different person. Again, uh, that rule is there specifically so that we do not have a slowdown for the velocity line. So if you decide, hey, I'm just going to open up multiple accounts with my email, with different emails, you are slowing the community down from the velocity line side. I can tell you that 100%. I'd rather see you have one of the people that you bring you back in as one of their, because now you're stimulating the community. Instead of stimulating yourself, you're stimulating the community, and you're not taking away from the velocity line from helping everybody rather than just a small few people. Okay, so I think that kind of gives everybody the big picture of where we're at. And yes, today, regardless of whether the logic is 100% or not, we have, like I said yesterday, we ran a separate basic everything that's in there where we have it now on a separate AI um, line item by line item. And if we are not 100% able to pull the trigger this afternoon, um, somewhere around 3 o'clock, with flipping, with basically re-entering everybody in the order that we originally had it set up. At that point, we will go into manual process, and we will manually process the $1,000 that have been qualified for the 24-hour period. So that is everything. If you're whether watching the replay, whether it's Saturday, whatever day it is, But I can tell you, we've worked our butts off on our side, and I know you guys have worked your butts off, bringing people in, getting people to where they need to be. But I can tell you, I see where we're at now, and it is so close to where we may have a few people where their slots when we or slots their positions when we pulled the data out before we cleared the data yesterday. So basically, that's the reason why when you go and log in, you see, hey, I'm not invited yet, because we had to pull everything out and then reconstruct the logic from from the jump, instead of it getting the daily changes that we were making. We pulled all the logic out, redid the logic, took a lot of the feedback that people gave. One of the great things that you guys are going to love is now the person that has the grid and both positions will have the person's name, the email address, and the phone number. So if you have people that you want to place under rather than waiting for the velocity line to do it, you now have the ability to connect with them. So that was something else that we added. But as what will eventually happen is it will actually switch to where it will be once people get comfortable using the Discord platform, it'll be the person's username. But right now, because we know right now, not everybody's comfortable with Discord. So the simplest thing was, hey, we'll throw the phone number in there. You can easily connect with them, whether it's on WhatsApp or whether it's direct to say, hey, look, I got two people that we can place right now. Can you add these two emails to that person? But that was a big thing that people had asked for, and we have that in there now. I'm going to end today's training, and then I'm going to look at some notes that I have, and then I'll let you know what questions make sense for us to take today, and we'll go from there. So, all right.